Dr. Young, and I'm going to go over your week 2 assignments. These videos will probably get shorter as we kind of get used to the writing requirements, posting requirements, and all that stuff that's been posted in the class and covered in the first video already. So, let's talk about week 2. For week 2, you have to read a case in your text on page 126, and basically you want to respond to the questions that are posed on that page. So let's go there. My e-textbooks. I'm going to go ahead and take you there. You should have the e-textbook. Let's see. Let me go over there. Sorry. Through this term you might notice I have such a scratchy voice. I live in an area of the country where allergies are just crazy, and I have them, so I apologize in advance. I might sound a little gruff sometimes. Okay, so 126, here we are. This is the case right here. So read this case and answer all 6 questions. And since that is something that you're going to be doing in a paper format, so answer the questions. Here's something I want to point out. What I'm noticing is students during the first week, it just as I've kind of randomly looked at papers, I noticed that one of the things I'm seeing that I'm a bit concerned about is the fact that students are, and in past courses even, rewriting the questions and counting that as the length requirement. That does not count. If you want to rewrite the questions, that is not a problem when you're doing your paper. If you want to post the question and the answer, question, answer, that's fine. But that cannot count as part of the length requirements. When it's 2 to 3 pages, it needs to be 2 to 3 pages of your writing. And that means full pages, not half, full pages. So between 2 full pages and 3 full pages is what I expect of your own material, not the questions posed. I will count off for that. It will show, your Turnitin score will show high if you're repeating questions. I prefer that you don't, but if you have to, if it helps you, that's fine. I will look at it and see, if it's just if your Turnitin score is high, if it's just because you're posting the questions again. So, make sure to follow APA style. Go to this tab as we talked about in the last video. Go to the OWL at Purdue and use those as models. There's a model sample paper on there that I went over last time. Make sure to do that. It's very helpful in giving you a template, a format to follow. But I will be looking for APA style in this class. Okay, class discussion. Let's see here. This is more of a reflective assignment. You're going to take this emotional IQ test. I'm just going to follow this link. There it is. I'm sorry. Here it is, right here. Follow that link. Take the test. We're going to complete question 1. I'm sorry. Let me just get ahead of myself. On page 109 and take the test. Based on that information, you're going to tell me, you're going to talk about your results. Basically, you're talking about your results. What did you analyze your results? What do you draw from that as far as your emotional competency? Then you're going to answer the second question, which is, how can people develop their emotional intelligence competencies? And then you're going to talk about how it affects your behavior. Make sure that you post 2 responses for every question to your classmates. And when you respond to your classmates, give me a paragraph. Don't put 2 or 3 sentences. That's not enough. You want to do a minimum of 5 sentences. You don't have to post 3 or 4 responses. I prefer that you just focus on 2. I know a lot of students like to post, several little, like maybe some people want to post like 5 or 6, but they're really short. That's going to get you fewer points. You want to just focus on 2 and make sure they're very good and very substantive. And then the last assignment is it is the same, it's question 2 of the same assignment, check your understanding, on page 109. But you're going to take at least 2 of these personality tests, and this link will direct you there. This is the same site, it's just a different test. And then you're going to talk about your results, what your strengths and weaknesses are, traits are, compare and contrast the 2 personality test results, and talk about whether they support one another or were they contradictory. And how can knowing one's personality type affect how they work with others? Answer that question. And how can it help improve one's leadership skills? In this assignment, you're writing a paper instead of posting on a board. Same requirements for papers. 1 to 2 pages in length for this one. APA style needs to be followed. So, basically, in this, you really get to, and I would like you to use sources. I'm going to assume you're going to use your text. If you use your text, cite your text. That means a reference list at the end and text citation in the body of the paper. And you want to make sure that you proofread carefully. But it seems like this week we're really reflecting on ourselves and our own experiences with personality and leadership characteristics. And, you want to take these tests, take the time to look at the results, think about the results. Don't just tell me what the results are. Don't give me charts and lists, and don't give me numbers and just paste them into your paper. You need to analyze the results and talk about it and write about it in your own words. I don't want to see copy and pasting of your results. I don't want to see any of that. I want you to look at them, mention what they are, and then get into talking about them and analyzing them and what do they mean to you. So just make sure to do that. That's going to get the best grade. If you have any questions or concerns, make sure to email me, and I'll be glad to assist you. Let's see. And I guess that's pretty much it. Just trying to think of some other tips here. Just make sure that when you write, what I'm getting, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. What I'm getting is students that are taking information, I'm getting a lot of quote material. Don't quote too much material. You can quote, whatever you're writing is fine to quote. Use quotes as supplemental, like a support, to highlight something, concept or an idea or whatever you're writing about. But don't let your papers be more than 10% quoted material. Everything else should be in your own words. When you go to a source and you find something you want to use, what you need to do first is take a piece of paper, or a piece of paper is probably outdated, isn't it? Get up a Word document, a blank Word document, and write how you could write. You could communicate what's being said in the source in your own way. Then you cite the source anyway. You still cite it. Paraphrasing is what you need to be doing. So I just want to give you that last tip. So if there are any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to assist you. If you want to complete your work early in the week, send it to me in an email if you want me to take a first look before you submit it in the classroom. So that's about it. So I look forward to seeing all your papers and your posts this week. And have a great Sunday.